The Bornean orangutan is native to the island of Borneo, which is divided among Indonesia, Malaysia, and Brunei. They are found mainly in the Indonesian provinces of Kalimantan and the Malaysian states of Sabah and Sarawak. Their origin lies in the dense tropical rainforests of Southeast Asia, where they have lived for thousands of years as one of the region's most iconic primates. Their habitat consists primarily of lowland tropical rainforests, peat swamp forests, and mangrove forests, but they can also be found in hilly and mountainous forests up to about 1,500 meters above sea level. Orangutans are highly dependent on forested environments with tall trees, as they spend most of their lives in the canopy, feeding, nesting, and moving from tree to tree. The richness of fruit-bearing trees is especially vital for their survival, making intact and diverse rainforests essential to their habitat. The Bornean orangutan has a very distinct appearance that sets it apart from other primates. Their color is usually a shaggy reddish-brown or orange coat, which can vary in shade between individuals. Infants often have lighter, fuzzier hair that deepens in color as they grow older. They are large, heavy-bodied apes with very long arms that can stretch up to 2 meters from fingertip to fingertip, much longer than their legs. This adaptation helps them move easily among the trees. They have strong, curved hands and feet suited for gripping branches, and adult males often develop large cheek pads, known as flanges, along with a throat pouch that amplifies their calls. Their size and weight differ between males and females. Adult males are much larger, standing about 1.2 to 1.5 meters tall and weighing between 50 to 100 kilograms, though some exceptionally large males can exceed this. Females are smaller, averaging 1 to 1.2 meters in height and weighing between 30 to 50 kilograms. Despite their bulk, orangutans are agile in the trees and can travel great distances in search of food. Bornean orangutans are known for being highly solitary primates compared to other great apes. Adult males in particular tend to live alone, while females are usually seen with their dependent offspring. The only time larger groups form is when several individuals gather around an abundant fruiting tree, but these gatherings are temporary and disperse once the food source is depleted. This solitary lifestyle is closely linked to the limited and scattered resources in their forest habitat. They are also remarkably intelligent and resourceful. Orangutans use branches and leaves as tools, such as fashioning simple umbrellas from large leaves to shield themselves from rain or using sticks to extract insects and honey. They are known for building new sleeping nests out of branches and leaves almost every night, high in the trees, carefully weaving a sturdy platform and adding leafy padding for comfort. Bornean orangutans show strong spatial memory and problem-solving skills. They can remember the locations of fruiting trees over vast areas of forest and plan their movements accordingly. This ability highlights their advanced cognition and reliance on mental maps of their environment. One of the most fascinating facts about the Bornean orangutan is that it is one of only 3 species of orangutans in the world, the others being the Sumatran and the recently discovered Tapanuli orangutans. Among these, the Bornean orangutan is the most numerous, yet it is still critically endangered due to habitat loss and hunting pressures. Despite their similarities, Bornean orangutans tend to be more terrestrial than their Sumatran relatives, often coming down to the ground to move between patches of forest. Another interesting fact is that orangutans share about 97% of their DNA with humans, making them one of our closest living relatives. This close genetic connection is reflected in their intelligence, problem-solving abilities, and even their emotional range. They have been observed showing behaviors such as play, curiosity, and even apparent empathy, which further highlight their kinship with humans. Bornean orangutans are also remarkable for their longevity. In the wild, they can live up to 40 to 50 years, with some individuals in captivity living even longer. This long lifespan, combined with their slow reproduction rate, females only give birth about once every 7 to 9 years, makes their populations particularly vulnerable to decline. Each infant is highly dependent on its mother for years, making the bond between them one of the longest in the animal kingdom. Bornean orangutans produce a variety of vocalizations that serve specific purposes in their forest environment. The most famous of these is the long call made by dominant flanged males. This deep, booming sound can travel for over a kilometer through the dense rainforest. It serves to establish territory, attract females, and warn rival males to stay away. The throat pouch in adult males helps amplify the long call, giving it both power and range. Apart from the long call, orangutans also make shorter sounds for communication in closer ranges. Mothers often use gentle grunts, squeaks, or kiss squeaks to reassure or guide their infants. These soft vocalizations are important for bonding and teaching, as young orangutans spend many years learning from their mothers. When threatened or startled, Bornean orangutans may produce sharp kiss squeaks by sucking air through pursed lips, sometimes using leaves held to their mouths to amplify the sound. This noise can deter predators or intruders by making the individual seem larger or more intimidating. Young orangutans also mimic these sounds during play or when they feel uneasy. The diet of the Bornean orangutan is highly varied and closely tied to the availability of seasonal foods in the rainforest. Their main food source is fruit, which can make up more than half of their diet. They especially favor soft, sugary fruits like figs, durians, and lychees, which provide them with the energy they need for their large bodies. Since fruit trees often bear fruit at different times of the year, orangutans must travel long distances and remember the locations of these trees to find enough food. When fruits are scarce, they switch to fallback foods such as leaves, bark, flowers, seeds, and even the inner layers of tree cambium. They also eat young shoots and sometimes chew on tough, fibrous vegetation, showing their ability to adapt to the changing availability of food in the forest. Bornean orangutans are also known to eat insects, bird eggs, and small vertebrates occasionally, though this makes up only a tiny portion of their diet. These animal-based foods provide extra protein but are not a major part of their regular feeding habits. Because they rely heavily on fruiting trees, Bornean orangutans play a critical ecological role as seed dispersers. By eating fruit and excreting the seeds far from the parent tree, they help maintain the health and diversity of the rainforest ecosystem. Without orangutans, many tree species would struggle to regenerate naturally. The breeding pattern of the Bornean orangutan is unique among great apes because of the extremely long intervals between births. Female orangutans typically give birth only once every 7 to 9 years, which is the longest interbirth interval of any land mammal. This slow reproductive rate means that even small declines in their population take decades to recover. Females usually reach sexual maturity at around 10 to 15 years old, though they may not reproduce until they are a bit older. Males take even longer to mature. Unflanged males, those without cheek pads, can father offspring, but dominant flanged males are more successful at attracting mates. Flanged males use their loud, booming calls to draw females into their range and to deter rivals. The gestation period lasts about 8.5 months, after which a single infant is born. Twins are extremely rare. The newborn clings to its mother constantly and is carried everywhere for the first year of life. Mothers provide milk and protection, and as the infant grows, they also teach it essential survival skills such as climbing, nest building, and finding food. The maternal bond is one of the strongest in the animal kingdom. Young orangutans usually nurse for up to 6 to 7 years and may remain close to their mothers for a decade or more, slowly gaining independence. Because females invest so much time and care into raising each offspring, they have very few young in their lifetime, which makes the species especially vulnerable to threats like habitat loss and hunting. Mother Bornean orangutans play a vital teaching role in their young's development, as infants are completely dependent on them for many years. From the moment of birth, the mother not only provides constant care and protection but also gradually introduces her infant to the skills it will need to survive independently in the forest. This long learning period, one of the longest in the animal world, is essential because life in the rainforest is complex and challenging. One of the first survival lessons mothers teach is how to move safely through the treetops. Young orangutans cling tightly to their mothers as they swing and climb, slowly gaining the strength and confidence to try short climbs on their own. Mothers also demonstrate how to build sleeping nests from branches and leaves. Over time, the young practice by making small, clumsy nests nearby until they can construct sturdy ones like their mothers. Foraging is another critical skill, and mothers guide their offspring in learning what foods are safe to eat and where to find them. They show their young how to peel fruits, crack open tough shells, or strip bark to reach hidden food. Youngsters observe closely and imitate these techniques, ensuring they recognize hundreds of edible plants and seasonal food sources within the forest. Mothers also pass down knowledge of tool use and problem solving. For example, they may use sticks to extract insects or honey, and young orangutans copy these actions. By watching and practicing, the young develop the ingenuity needed to adapt to their environment. Through years of observation, imitation, and gentle guidance, mothers prepare their offspring for a solitary life in the rainforest, ensuring the continuity of knowledge that has kept their species thriving for millennia. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe for even more viewing pleasure. Don't forget, like and comment. Feel free to share.